Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your dude, your rebel, your guy that's next level, King Sergeant, aka Love Night 2, saying what's up and welcome everybody to another Key Clip episode. But this here is Key Clip 417 of the series, of course, the 17th of the season, and we got a whole lot for you guys today. And of course, it's gonna be the second to the my content I'm going forward with as far as the release of the 30th anniversary Power Rangers. We're just gonna go through all the content. I'm gonna try to put as much as possible, and maybe some after, because I do have a whole lot I want to try to kind of either get on here with or whatever case. So we're gonna work this right. So the last one, of course, that was the start and basically just the whole history of it. So now I want to take my time to give a tribute to a fallen legend himself, Mr. Jason David Frank, a person that I've, of course, not met personally. But someone I've always seen on the Power Rangers series, you know, growing up. And of course, to a lot of people, it was a sad day. It really was. And I remember, now also love the shirt, because I was going to wear my Green Ranger one. I was like, I like this one a little bit better, because why not? But yeah, the day when that happened, and I remember washing my clothes, and remember seeing a TikTok on this. And at first I thought it was just a regular video. Like, okay, it was just a collage. And then the next morning, that next following morning while I was washing clothes, I heard the news that he passed. I'm like, wow, man. And right before the 30th thing was even a thing, like, I'm like, dude. And I know a lot of people were hurt. I mean, a lot of different stories, you know, but, you know, at the same time, you know, we lost a guy that we grew up with. We lost a guy that was just kind of like everything to a lot of Ranger fans. And to kind of think, man, he at 49 too, like, man, I wish he would have stayed here long to see all this creation keep going, man, because, you know, he's definitely in our hearts and definitely a personal friend for all of us Ranger youths. You know, he was just, always seeing him on TV was just great. And to kind of go off it, you know, the very first time, I just remember him as a White Ranger. I did not know anything about the Green Ranger whatsoever. Again, I was young, because I got something I know I'm going to show my next video. But yeah, like, it was just cool, like, just seeing that type of character come in, because I know originally, you know, he was basically the new guy that came to school. Rita catches him. He becomes the Evil Ranger. They give him a whole series, like a little mini series of him being evil, and then sooner or later, pop, he basically just comes out of the blue and it's like, all right, I'm a good guy again. Now, of course, he had the Zord. He had the Dragon Zord at first, and when he got good, he basically combined the Triceratops, the Sabretooth, and the Mastodon to become the Mega Dragon Zord, which I thought was okay. It was cool. And then when the white one came out, the White Tiger, it was cooler. You know, I prefer that more than Dragon Zord, only because it actually combined more with the Thunder Zord. Like, every Zord besides the Dragon Zord was actually put together. But I do want to say, I'm actually glad to own some of these things. So White Tiger Zord is one about the Sabers, really, really nice. And of course, this I bought separately at a V-Stock Saba. Really, really beautiful. And it actually does work. So really cool to have one of these. And then, of course, I wish I did have the Dragon Zord, but then again, I got this bit right here. Now, this one's one of the replica, like, not replica, one series, I forgot which. It's, cause I know it's not the real Dragon Zord, but it'd be cool, cause I can you actually could blow in it and make sound, but it's really cool. But, no, these are some awesome, unique products that I have. But so far, you know, seeing him go from the green to the white, and of course the white lasts a little bit longer until both the Zords got destroyed. And then, yeah, so after that, which, actually I do want to show this too. That was not really part of the line, but when they got those destroyed, both the Thunder and the White Tiger, it was like, oh wow, it's done. And so by the time the next season came in, this one had the Ninja powers, and of course, I'm gonna take this out real quick. And then when the White Tiger Zord was done, they had the Ninja power, and then of course he had the Falcon Zord. This thing's like shoulder to shoulder. That's crazy, man. Jeez. And of course, found this surprisingly at a Goodwill. Now, I wish I had the other. I got the Frog Zord, but I wish I had the others so I can kind of complete this. I think this looks better on the Shogun Zord, in my opinion. I just keep it there because why not? It's just simple. But yeah, so after that, he kind of just did his own thing. I know it goes somewhere like this. There we go. Yeah, so far, when the ninjas came, that's when they had like the frog, like the jungle animals. And then of course the Ninja Zord could be equipped with this, because this could go on the bat and there's just fly, and then with the Shogun Zord, it's more of a missile type of turret. I mean, honestly, this does not look bad, to a degree, but I think the Ninja, it looked better because it could fly. But I'm actually glad I got this one though. There you go. And so, like I was saying, from that time on, she didn't go from there. I was like, all right, this is cool. And of course, with the movie back in the 90s, that's when they had like all technically the newer looking suits. Because the movie, to a degree, not really canon. It's two ways to go with that. But, yes, just for either way, it was like the Ninja Zord, they were a little bit more sleeker. But of course, the Mighty Morphin on the TV show was a little more bulkier. And then the Ape, again, two different Zords, either way. And then after that season was done, of course, Catherine kind of comes in as New Pink, and then that's when we get him Zeo, which is one of my favorite series, not my top. And this is where we see Tommy now. He loses the white, and now he becomes red. And during the second and third season of Mighty Morphin, that's when Rocky was red, and so Rocky then became blue. And that series was really cool. He had regular Zords. And then when Turbo came around, that's when he was still red, and then Rocky, he's gone, and Justin comes in as blue. It was cool. And then he passed on his red to TJ for the new Turbo, and then they go on for space. So after that, we don't really see Tommy until the next series, which was Down of Thunder, but we do see him in the 10-year series with the Forever Red. And that was actually great. Actually, surprised I do have a tape. I might actually do that for a video soon. Just sneak peek. But it was cool, like, to see all the 10-year long span of Power Rangers, having all the Reds come in. And, of course, one, I don't want to say on here because I don't want to try to make controversy, but one used to be a Ranger, and now he's kind of screwed himself over. But either way, so he was there. So he was here, Red, and this when we see Jason come back. And I thought it was all right, cool. And so when Down Thunder came on, he was basically the teacher of the school, which I totally forgot about, or I forgot the name. But he came in as the black Bronchiosaurus, which is basically the carrier of the Down Thunder Zords. And I was like, okay, it was cool. I mean, he still had his moves and all that. And then so forth, going to Megaforce. When they, I think that was I want to say that was 20. I know it wasn't 25 because Megaforce, that was like way all before like the new stuff came in, like the Dino Fury and Beast Morphers and all that. So I think that had been 20. I want to say it really was 20. So when that came around, yeah, and then so that's when, of course, Megaforce itself was basically just Power Ranger when they have all the keys and they had like most of the legendary Rangers. So we didn't see Tommy again. Now, surprising. Now, here's the thing. There was a scene where he was like rescuing this kid, and he had Saba, right? And then when it came time to the bigger battle, and that's where all the other Rangers come in, and he wears green. So I'm like, but green's a curse. I can tell. And from that point on, I was like, all right, it was cool. But then he comes back one more for Ninja Steel, where he becomes he becomes both the Rangers, because there's other like legendary Ranger. It was TJ, Wes. There was Trent. What I do want to say, it was actually great meeting Jeff Parizo, the White Ranger from Down of Thunder. He was cool. Basically being the newer like evil Ranger that case to a degree, and then it got good a little bit. That was a great time. But then like when Ninja Steel came in, like they had all these other, and then it was a scene where Tommy had to fight this robot, the cyber robot, whatever, that looks like him. And so this is where we see the Master Morph. It was like an all gold, which, I mean, most his morph was the only one that was actually gold, which is shocking. But that's where he had all the that's where he had all his Power Rangers as like his past self. Like he first went black from Don Thurn, then he went from Turbo Red to Zeo. Actually, no, switch that. No, he did not do Turbo Red because he passed it on. So actually, I do like that. So he went to Zeo Red, then white, then green. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and that's what we mostly grew up with Power Rangers. And then I think throughout his life, I know he's been doing other like material projects. I know he did MMA for a little bit. He also did like a few other little mini videos. Like one was it was him as a White Ranger. I want to say Scorpion. White Ranger with Scorpion. And then he was also, I think, the Green Ranger was fighting Ryu. And it's like the little death battle. That's pretty cool. And then he also, I know he did like another, I don't know if it was a movie or a series, some like I believe called it, or I don't know if that's still in the thing. Yeah, he was in there, and of course he was in a few cartoons. And one thing I did not know, like till later in life, that he was on Family Matters. He was one of the bullies where he fights 3J, Steve, and Richie when they became Bruce Lee. So, and I did not know that like at all, because I know he also did like voice acting in Bears, where he was the white bear, like quote Ranger. So I mean, he's done a whole lot of other projects besides Power Ranger. But it's like, again, when you see an idol like that, you can tell, like, you know, okay, off the bat, he's a Power Ranger. There you go. But then there's like other characters, like they all did separate things too. But like for him, for Jason David Frank, Tommy Oliver, people just know that right away. He just became a guy that either really kept the show going, he just kept it relevant. I mean, he was relevant no matter what happened. Like, no matter how many other series, Tommy will most likely be the well-known guy, and amongst others, you know. And like I said, me growing up, like, born after Super Nintendo and before Power Rangers came to America, like I said, it was still stuck with me. And I'm like, dude, I just would have hoped one day I would have met him. You know, it would have been great to really see that, but I can't. But you know, it would have been a magical moment for a lot of us. And to think he did great for just himself, and to really see the people put on smiling faces, and to realize that, you know, when you meet your quote unquote idols, or you meet that one actor, because I met a lot of Ranger actors before, and it's been great. And I think that just being able to really see this happen, even before the year ends and before Christmas, I'm just like, man, wow. So I do want to say personally here, and to all those, whether, you know, watching from heaven, how you want to go with it, Jason David Frank, he was forever will always be one of the greatest Rangers that ever lived, one of the greatest actors, and the great person that just changed the world in certain aspects. And of course, to the family and the friends that knew him growing up, and to really see him do what he does, be blessed that we have a lot of people in this world that can really, you know, do something they love. And apparently for him, I'm pretty sure that he loved doing what he did as a Ranger, doing you know, all these great things with co-stars and all that. And you know, you would definitely be missed, man. So it's always a pleasure to see a lot of people be creative and be able to grow up with somebody that you watch, whether personally or just physically, however you want to go with it. Thank you for all that you were and all that you've done. And of course, again, family, friends, and condolences. Stay blessed. And this will be the end of the video. So this has been a good one. Got a whole lot more to go, so bear with me. Facebook.com/DudeLove92. Also Ken Sargent, and also DudeLove92 everywhere else, with Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all the rest. Till next time, stay tuned for 418, and I'll see you when I see y'all. Peace. Stay awesome.